My ad break detector. It still says ads are playing, but Twitch itself says that ads are done. One of these things is lying. I'm pretty sure it's my OBS. Hello, Jindra, how is you? Have to forgive me if I sound low energy. I had not the best of days. And I'm also feeling a little sleepy. Probably like a blood sugar crash if I had to guess. You're okay? Your Twitch still says ads are playing? I think our Twitches are lying. I think we're good to go. Bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. We have very limited movement at the moment. I can head over to Karnak, which... Would that have more shurikens at this time? I don't... Do I even need more shurikens? I feel like I do. Me. Well, I am literally as broke as can be. I have 26 guild in my name. So that answers that question. Whether or not I feel like I do, I cannot afford any. Guardian tree, na-na-na-na. We have to continue to fight, etc., etc. Anyway. Oh yeah, and because the Earth Crystal's just gone. Sand's no longer shifting. This is where we need to go. I want to say we'll be okay with this fight. We just gotta do our best to keep them relatively the same, health-wise, because otherwise they'll just keep reviving. I had to triple check, make sure I didn't have, like, 2 ninjas or something. Ow! Very rude. Even more rude is the fact that this is gonna be tricky in multiple ways. It wasn't exactly a joke when I said this is gonna be tricky. Does your state just, like, reset every time or something? Because I'm starting to get the sense that that's exactly what happened. Exactly what fucking happened. This is super dumb. Throw this old ass sword at you. I've got no use for it anymore. Fucking finally. I have 19 high potions? I mean... well, the better if we can get particularly far, but I get the sense that maybe we won't be able to. I'm thinking we take this opportunity just to make some fucking money. Monsters! Oh, right, the damned. These fuckers. If only I had money. Then I'd just Zeninaga and be done with it. I mean, I thankfully have image for Ferris, so she shouldn't take too terribly much damage. I just have to remember to use it on her first turn, because otherwise she's gonna have trouble. Alright, we win. Ice shield. Another perfect instance where, if I could, I would use Zeninaga. That's not fun. They have a physical attack. You don't want them using it. This fight shouldn't be too hard otherwise. Yeah. I just have to use Zeninaga sparingly. I'm targeting that one. speed up. Ow. Deal with that in a moment. Really? I forgot all you had to do was touch these things to get to that fight. And they're not terribly hard. There we are. Alright, now for the mummy, quote, boss fight, unquote. Thank you, bugger. I'll give him that. Ow. Well, that's not very nice. And we win. And he dropped a high potion. Lucky us. And now we have the cursed ring. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. Cast Doom on the wearer. It's not like the cursed ring in Final Fantasy VII, which gives you some absurd stat boosts, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd more consider it. Oh, maybe. Man. Sucks. I used it for... There's that. The sauce with the spaghetti. So... chicken, red sauce, and spaghetti. Nothing fancy. I see no problem with it. And Ford just KO'd himself. Well done, Ford. Seems alright to me.
Hey, no, it's fine. It's fine. I just got autistic.
Fair.
It's like when you're eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I got that one. Okay.
Gotcha. Oh. Okay, so we'll equip that. Low energy today. Ah, doesn't help I didn't have a great day. I'm also not sure what, if anything, I could talk about on stream, because what have I been doing? Dark Souls related stuff. How's that been going? Poorly.
No one's making you play it.
I'm making me play it.
Again, no one's forcing you.
But I want all the achievements. And it's not hard to get all the achievements, just tedious.
I don't know, by the sounds of it, it sounds like it's hard.
Ornstein and Smoke can suck my dick. Also, the game is being mean. The Hydras are dumb. Well, Ash Lake getting to it is dumb. Even though there's like 16 bloody Titanite lizards in there. Problem is that not every spot where they spawn is reachable, from my understanding. Go again. It's dumb. I also feel like I made a casual player's mistake in more of the damned. Now imagine if you replaced Orion S'more with Win and Win. Oh, so you effectively made the fight impossible, except for, like, the most cracked out of their Skull Dark Souls 1 players? Yeah, no, I'm good. That seems wrong. Right? Hello, Bogey, how's you? No, better than auto-scaling? Auto-scaling in Dark Souls sounds like the worst. The capital W. Here's this game that's very difficult. All the enemies scale with you leveling. So you never feel like you're making any fucking progress. God, why don't you take my dog and shoot him while you're at it? For the amount of fun
dog?
I'm speaking hyperbolically.
Silly. Don't stick your tongue out.
What? That would be a game to make Get Good really real. I mean, yeah, no, like, how do you get good at this game? You just do. There are no tricks, no secrets, because, like, the game scales with you. Because the game is literally a giant middle finger to its player base. Right, so this is fucking dark matter. Oh! Lovely! Very happy about this. Hopefully you can be paralyzed. Imagining Fallout 4 levels of scaling where levels don't even keep up. Oh, so the Bethesda model. Like, everybody love the games that they love. I do not love when games decide, you know what the best way to make this game last longer is? Make it so that the enemies scale with the player's level. Again, just literally the worst. And then admittedly, as genre specifies there, you take it in Fallout 4 and it goes to its logical extreme where Not even you leveling up keeps up with the enemies leveling up. Because F you, that's why. It's better than doing it the Saga way, where it scales based on the number of enemies encountered. You leave. I am not fighting Zephyrus. God, this floor alone actually makes me go like, you know what? We'll be back when I have some more healing items. Because as it stands, I would be a fool to keep going without stuff to heal me. Alright, keep going west. Oh, fun. Things are tough as rocks. Get past 50 enemies, die to a boss, improve zilch. Cool, everything is now a smidge tougher. Why? Fudge you, that's why. Yeah, that does not seem like a fun way to design your game. Actually, the shed should be open now. Yes, farm means you're brave or else just very lucky. I think if you're brave, take what's in the crate on the left. But if you're a coward, take what's in the one on the right. And Saga tosses in random level ups on top. Ew. Anyway, the skeleton called me a chicken. So I decided to take the chicken knife. Can induce scram. Definitely don't need any MP. Pretty sure more doesn't have any additional shurikens. Yeah, it doesn't. Though I wish it did. Slug. Yeah, let's just run from battles for a little bit. I hope when it says it can induce scram that it makes running away uber easy. I can improve this thing up to 255. Jeez.
Telling me a shrimp fried this right?
Unethically?
God.
This fight is required. Oh. Oh, using the chicken knife can make me run. Damn. I guess that makes sense. That's one down. I really do feel like I need a better katana, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna get one of those until I get through here. Now if we revive a ninja, said ninja should have time to be able to do something. Dude! Boo this man! Intentional ass targeting! Lord, knock the fuck off. Said knock it the fuck off. Just think that we've got one more set of mummies to deal with before we're out of this floor, at least. At least they aren't war machines. You're not wrong. Those would suck a little harder. Fucking right. Oh, yes. Well, that's kind of funny to me. Ah, that's bad. Well, I'm using zombie breath too many times, so I can help it. Okay. And Ferris mastered Ninja and thus obtained Dual Wield. Fantastic. Don't have any extra katanas, do we? Fuck me. Yeah, no. Albeit, everybody can use the chicken knife. Well, just about everybody. Hey, a second. I'm gonna see if I can't fucking resolve my situation with the caffeine lacking. Apologies. I'm doing a blasphemous thing and heating up a mug of water. And I'm also going to have some water boiled. And off to the side, Bogey's been working on a story they've mentioned here and there. Some progress in places. Good! More work than me on writing. God. When I get back, I'll talk about what I have written here in a bit without getting too deep into it. Knew it. Worried about this. Ugh. Yep. Snoozed. Ugh. Okay, but yeah, so to put it plainly, I like to keep my ear tuned into stuff when it comes to internet matters. Comes with being a mass media multimedia associate's degree holder. Like, I kind of keep my eye out on the news, admittedly, and what could make news. Because, like, not as a manner to toot my own horn, as it were. I'll keep Ferris as a ninja for right now. And, like, not that I'm particularly good at finding stuff that's newsworthy, but when stuff in my circles that is newsworthy starts to happen, I start to really take notice, and I start to seek out more answers, and I start to keep my, like, finger on the pulse of it. Because, if nothing else, like, I'm interested in learning what I can about it, and getting as much of the story as I can. But also, like, in the case of when it comes to internet drama is drama, and, like, when drama happens, as much as I am not a big fan of it, I also turn my attention to it, and I do my best to keep up with it. With that said, how do I broach this subject? I suppose I will start by asking. Drama. Yes, drama. For the guests in chat that do want to speak up and mention it, how many folks have heard about the Stop Killing Games, the European Citizens Initiative? Because it's amazing how often random drama can end up impacting your life. No, seriously. Yeah? Okay, so I've got Jindra being familiar with it. Because this is what the drama's been centered around, and I'm pretty sure if Jindra is even partly, I would very much like it to succeed. And that's fair. I'm not going to discuss you know, whether or not it should or should not succeed. I've gone back and forth with my partner on this. We are of the mind that we don't like how the initiative is worded. It's too vague. And while we would like something like it to succeed, we are concerned about if that initiative were to succeed, what are possible repercussions. We're thinking about it in like long-term stuff. Now, I've gone back and forth with my partner about this. I have sat there and I have scrutinized the fuck out of this thing to make heads or tails of it. I have been confused about it. I have watched Accursed Farms, also known as Ross, discuss things about it. It basically says that when an MMR gacha reaches end of service and the creators either release the tools for people who run private servers or to allow people to keep playing without server verification. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I say yes and no because that is what the frequently asked questions on Stop Killing Games' website says. The European Citizens Initiative labeled Stop Destroying Games. Yep, I've started on this because I figured it's a topic that I can talk about. The initiative makes no mention of that specifically. It states that they want games to be in a playable state. That is the bit that bothers me. The initiative also makes no mention, nor does it seem to be related to StopKillingGames.com, which means they may as well be treated as separate entities. And my fiance is leaving the room. Fair enough. I mean, stream didn't hear any of that, but basically what my fiance said that I will echo is that even having like a lobby speaking out for it and everything, there's that possibility that due to how vague it feels, that this can be twisted into a variety of ways. Now, of course, we're just hypothesizing. At the current state of things, the European Citizens Initiative has gotten its 1 million plus signatures. Nothing I can do about that. I can't tell you yay or nay on it. Ultimately, what I would say is somebody that is interested in ensuring that people know what they know going into such a thing. If you are a European citizen, I would encourage you to check the initiative Stop Destroying Games out for yourself. Consider all of the background information regarding it and make your own decision. I am a United Statesman, so I can't vote on it, nor should I necessarily sway your opinion on it. I, however, again, as I said earlier, don't like it for how vague it feels and how things may be twistable. Also, Bogey, playable state sounds pretty low of a bar considering modern gaming. Yes, now, here's the trick question. What is playable in a legal sense? That is the biggest fucking question I have for this initiative and everything around it as a whole. What is playable in a legal sense? Let's see if I can't get scrammed to proc. Alright. That makes things a little awkward. Also note, playable, not all content accessible. Yes. That is true, and that is fair. I will grant that. It is specific in that it is playable, not all content accessible. Which does beg the question how much content has to be accessible, particularly in the spirit of the idea. Oh, Ferris can get hit by a level 3 flare. So, King Kryl, only 4 doesn't by that. That's You know what? Even if I can't, just reset the fucking fight. Just load. I saved earlier. Hate that enemy. We have never asked that question regardless in a legal sense. Isn't that why we have so many broken games on release? So, this is a tricky one. Because, like, define broken in a legal sense, then. In many cases, people tend to be rather unsatisfied by the state that games are released, and I will grant you that, due to the numerous amounts of bugs that tend to be present that affect people's experience in playing those games. Whether or not you can take legal action on that is another matter altogether. The studio promised a product. Pre-orders are placed to buy that product, and they do tend to deliver on that promise. So as far as that is concerned, legally everything checks out. Though that said, if they were to release an intentionally broken product, and it's provable, you know, then that's a different story. For the most part, the best example I can say of this is take Cyberpunk 2077. That released in such a devastating state on consoles. It was, however, running pretty fine on most people's PCs. Unless they were lower end. Consoles had the worst of it. CD Projekt Red did apologize, and they did work to make sure that game was playable for console players, and has since been reworked and everything, and is now a much better product overall. But in that instance, was there legal grounds for people to sue CD Projekt Red? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. Here's the real question. If a gacha removes server verification, closes the premium shop, and the polls, is that still playable? Or say No Man's Sky. Yeah, no, exactly. Or say No Man's Sky. And in that case, was there precedence for, like, false advertising? Because they said that there were going to be certain features, people could actually back up the receipts on that. Oh, there's an ad in progress. But yeah, no, precisely. We'll take a break. I will address this further. But it is very much a big, interesting topic, and due to the drama that's centered around it, I mostly focused on the drama, but I have also learned more and have more opinions on this shit than I ever thought I would have. So get up, stretch, do what you need to do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. I am going to drink my tea. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Final Fantasy V, and hopefully I won't fucking run into Zephyrus again. Fuck that enemy. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay. I'm the back. I just re-equipped Ferris with the chicken knife if you heard some beeping because you don't have ads. Excuse me. I ran out of omeprazole, so I took some baking soda in place of, like, Tums or something for heartburn treatment. To address the other thing, as far as, like, a playable state, like looking at a gacha game and discussing it... Okay, bye. Discussing it in the sense of, like, you know, is it playable after your move, this, and this? My partner basically piped in from the kitchen that, like, because this is still discussing, like, stop destroying games, stop killing games kind of stuff, that this is going to be a thing that legally... Guys aren't assholes. Legally turns into a matter of, like, how do you determine what this will look like for every single kind of game, right? Because playable by itself as a word, sure, I'm not going to disagree that ran out of money just as I hit the third one. So yeah, it does take multiples. Like, I'm not going to disagree that folks that play video games might know what playable looks like, right? Because one of the arguments that I like to use, as far as what that looks like, maybe legally speaking, is talking about the beginner's guide, which I think is a fantastic example that provides a hypothetical situation or scenario even in the work. Ah, right. That's how I access the other two without needing to... Okay. Hello, Sekhmet. Because the guy whose levels that you're playing in the game, the narrator describes how that person, when asked to make a playable... Well, bye, Sekhmet! When asked to make something playable, for a while what he does is just make a bunch of empty rooms that you can boot up the game, press start, and you have control, you can move your character around, and there you go. That is functionally a playable game. So, there is a concern in me where I look at the word playable and I'm like, legally you can't pin down what the fuck that means. Or you probably can, but it's going to be exhaustive.
Live service games that do not have function in there for your live service, but primarily you do not have to interact with the server to play. Saying that those games have to stay playable after the game sunset would be a good place to start.
There's still the fact that's better than nothing.
The problem is without the specification, they can make the law whatever they want, and you don't necessarily know how developers are going to do that. They might be like, oh, you have to do this extra work to publish your game in the EU. Depending on the company and what they think of it, they might either give the EU a much shittier version of the game, or just not publish it. Which, I feel like big developers might lose out on a lot of money, but smaller developers who don't have the money to do that legwork, it might make more sense to them if they're already only going to sell them number of copies.
Right, and for that matter, like, the EU may never have, like, any indie developers try to develop these sorts of bigger, online-dependent type of games ever again. Again, we really covered a lot of, like, what-if scenarios. I don't think that this is better than nothing. Because as it stands, the nothing is that we get games like Final Fantasy V, which don't require anything, and then we have other games that are like these gacha experiences, like Dragalia Lost, which is a fantastic example to bring up, because people loved that game, but it wasn't making Nintendo enough money, so they just fucking shut it down. People then lose out on that experience. I'm no longer able to try a game that seemed really cool, and I was planning on trying it. I just never had the smartphone able to fucking play it. So I missed out. Man, oh well. That's one of those things where I have to say, well, that sucks. And if I want that in future, oh wow, fuck you. Well, could you stop fucking bullying her? And of course, like, Dragalia Lost looked cool, but it was really bare bones, so I understand why it died. It was really Anyway, there's also, like, there really should be thought experiments on how this should look with current games, and how they would implement these sorts of plans. Because one of the arguments that I was approached with when discussing this, just in a server, was like, oh, let's take Halo Infinite offline. The multiplayer specifically. So then you do this and this and this, and you implement, like, bots and stuff. And it immediately becomes a, wait a minute. Why are the bots necessary in this case? I feel like it's a good idea to think about these thought experiments because it can highlight or bring up parts where it's like, to make this a thing, you suddenly have to do way more legwork than what was in the original plan. For the idea of, like, even just planning it out to sunset it. But regardless, like, again, this isn't really where the drama is. The drama is more so in the current-ish. Nobody's fucking talking about it in the circles that I'm in currently. But that's because I don't exist on Twitter, because that site is a fucking hellhole. But One Pirate Software, otherwise known as Thor, has been under Mr. Pirate Software. Would you rather I call him by his full legal name? But Mr. Pirate Software, Mr. Jason Thor Hall, if I recall correctly his last name. Yeah, Jason Thor Hall. Has been under a lot of fucking scrutiny as far as this is concerned. Regarding his... The big thing that this drama centers around is that he opposes the Stop Destroying Games, Stop Killing Games initiative. Very emotionally in a stream that is since inaccessible because I really couldn't fucking tell you. Thor... Yeah, we've been in this fight too long, and we've gotten too old. But he disagrees with the initiative overall. Like, just ground rules, he doesn't like it. In the stream that is not referenceable, he made some pretty disparaging statements regarding it, and also Ross, who is the individual who is primarily responsible for the movement itself. I wanted to cite this because I feel like he stated this at some point. However, I was not able to find a statement. So I would rather not make a baseless claim that he is responsible, or at least largely behind, the European Citizens Initiative, particularly since he was born a United States citizen, and from what I understand, may or may not live in Poland. So, if this were to succeed, it could very well affect him, but he ultimately has no sway on it at the moment, because he is not a European citizen. But yeah, Ross, Accursed Farms, the main man behind Stop Killing Games, Thor made some rather disparaging statements against his movement and against Ross, calling him and his movement greasy used car salesman tactics, and that he would do what he could to see to it that the movement fails, and even encourage other people to make sure that this movement fails. He has since apologized for those statements in a tweet, while also stating that he's still against the movement, just for, like, laying out ground rules as far as what's going on. The drama centers around him allegedly misinterpreting the movement, which is why I say it's important to note that the European Citizens Initiative does not specify a lot of details that we're even discussing right now. It just states that... I'm about to pull up the fucking little article that I wrote, that I've not published, but I just wrote it because this is how much it fucking bothered me. I had to write it down. It does not specify that it will only target single-player, always online games. It does not specify that it will target live service games. It does not specify that it will target gacha games or phone games. It doesn't target any kind. It doesn't specify what kind of games it will target. It specifies that games that need to, quote, phone home, unquote, that can then be, like, disabled remotely, those types of games need to be, like, handled. To extremely paraphrase, because I am not recalling the wording of it specifically. So this can be a number of games. In fact, truth be told, this would affect all games, ostensibly. And I think I'm using ostensibly right in this case. Ross denies that it's going to affect all games. Ross denies that it's going to affect just single-player online games. When Thor's primarily focusing on that because of, and this is stuff that I'm citing from the original video that was published 11 months ago. Then throw what I can. We don't have money, do we? We had some. I'm thinking of two things at once. It makes it difficult to continue my point, even though it's kind of important that I continue my point. We're going to Image Ferris, which doesn't get hit. And in the stream, Thor... Not even in the stream. In his follow-up videos of that stream, Thor focuses on the idea of, like, what it would look like just to make it so a single-player experience can be made out of even multiplayer video games, but also, like, focusing on, like, single-player online experiences. So it seems. And it's outside of my bearing to make speculation as to why. I would make speculation that Thor likely did this because Ross, or at least the Stop Killing Games website, featured a small little blurb regarding The Crew, which is was a single-player primary video game that also had online features. I won't say no to this. Okay. Which, that could very much be why Thor possibly made that logical conclusion, that this is what this movement is possibly focusing on. Or maybe Thor is just possibly focusing on just this aspect of it. It's difficult to say. But Ross, in his follow-up after 11 months, made the statement that Thor... not even made the statement, but basically alleged that Thor misrepresented the movement, which killed the momentum because of those videos. Now, did he genuinely do this, or was this more of a things lined up so it's a coincidence? There's correlation, as it were. Thank you. Happens. Sweet sauce. Oyster sweet sauce. Which, as a direct result, people have just kind of jumped on the situation as a whole. I'm talking the internet at large. The movement, when Ross made his reply, was at like 500,000 signatures, I think. It was either just shy of or just cresting over half of the signatures necessary and was running out of time. Then I wouldn't necessarily know the exact order of people that picked up on the movement that had larger audiences. We're talking Moist Critical, we're talking like Jacksepticeye, we're talking other individuals started picking up on this movement and started showing support for it. But initially it was just Ross that made his reply, and through Ross making his reply, a number of people started like basically going after Thor, making death threats, according to Thor anyway, doxing, swatting, the works. After Ross made his reply, I'm sure some people that follow Moist Critical were doing this, I'm sure some people following Jacksepticeye were doing this. The internet at large is a horrible fucking place, and people are horrible. Yeah, just getting worse. Now, Thor hasn't made any additional comments about it, so I don't know if it's getting worse. I can just make the... you know, things trend in a particular way. I would imagine it's been getting worse. For a little bit there, because I'm also in Thor's Discord server. From what I understand, people were coming into the Discord server just to be dicks. So that's fun. People were coming into his streams just to be dicks. So that's fun. People were just not being pleasant to him. People were also alleging that he was doing things with his ferrets in his ferret rescue, which is not cool. I won't repeat what necessarily has been said. Just note that allegedly there have been people that have been making these sorts of statements, and it's really fucking concerning. Another concerning thing is that people, for whatever goddamn reason, are referring to him as Jason. I know that's his first name. His middle name is Thor. That's the name he prefers to go by, people. Which, my fiance has rightly corrected me on some statements that I wrote in my own little article that I'm not publishing as far as that is concerned. It's not cool to do that, though.
It's not cool to do that. Part of that is we don't know this is right. A lot of people, like, typically it is a lot more common in the someone would basically say, there's a man named George. George has a kid, and he names him George James last name. His kid usually goes by James, because then that's his name, and they just gave it to him as his middle name. That is sometimes a cultural thing, honor the parent before them, and it's just genuinely not their name.
Yep. So, yeah, no, we don't know the whole story why Thor prefers to be called Thor as, you know, his middle name as what people call him by. But people, internet on large, just for whatever fucking reason, started referring to him as Jason. And that's not cool. Just, no. Call him Thor. Respect his choices, man. Like,
Yeah, Marnie?
I'm sure Thor doesn't care. I'm sure that he doesn't give a flying fuck what people will do in those cases.
But you also, you don't know why that person say, I've known people came out as friends while they were so much high. Their parent that named them is a jerk.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be associated.
That is a possible explanation. As I recall, Thor has a pretty darn good relationship with his dad, and I'm not sure about his mom, but...
You never know. You don't know.
Yeah.
There are people online who lives it never even.
Yeah, I know. But to resume that as well, in another follow-up video from Ross, Ross celebrated that the movement has been getting closer, or at least exceeded the 1 million signatures that it needs in the European Union. And also makes a statement regarding how his hands are tied as far as like moderating and controlling his audiences, which I give a very like tired, weary side eye to, because that's the same shit everybody's, like every influencer on the internet or content creator on the internet will fucking say about their audience. It's like, oh, I do what I can, but my hands are tied. And it's like, is that really all you have to say? While also, like, you know, denouncing their behavior overall, but like, really? That's it? That's all you got? Never mind that, like, I don't agree with anything that has been said from Thor about Ross being a greasy used car salesman. I, however, do relate to Thor ultimately not supporting the movement because of Ross's... So in the initial promotion video from about a year ago, when Ross promoted the European Citizens Initiative, he basically presented it in PowerPoint style, and there was a slide that talked about how or why that this movement could possibly make it through. Now, I imagine most folks would be able to parse or look at that and say, oh, that's probably a jokey kind of thing. From what I could understand from Ross, he doesn't seem to have very high faith in government systems. So, was it a joke, or is he now using that as defense? I don't mean to muddy the waters in this case. I would have to directly reference it, but...
He said it would be an easy win.
That's one of the things that he said. It would be an easy win. It would detract from more serious matters. That politicians don't care about video games. So they would just, like, look at this and be like, yeah, fine, fuck, whatever. Whatever makes the people happy. Which... And that's partial paraphrasing. There were a couple more points.
I think downplays the amount that billion dollar companies play in lawmaking and how they can lobby things.
Pretty much.
Like, not to veer off subject, but kind of off subject. I've been trying to explain to people for years that by consuming any Harry Potter content, you are personally putting money in J.K. Rowling's pocket, which is going towards anti-trans legislature in the UK.
Yeah, no, like, actually.
So, if the game companies don't want them to pass it, game companies are going to try and pay them off.
And
granted, I don't know what the laws like that look like, but companies are known to find a way to go around.
Which, again, we touched on that earlier, how, like, the vagueness of the Citizens Initiative is very concerning, because it's like, when it is presented before the European Union's Parliament with representatives on the side of the initiative, and then representatives from video game companies joining them all to discuss this. Ross has claimed that part of why it's so vague is to basically, like, this is our ground floor. And then the union, after hearing everybody's arguments, is supposed to, like, create compromises, or Parliament is supposed to create compromises. My worry is that because it is so vague, what's stopping the lobbyists for the game developers and game companies, the representatives there, from finding what they can wiggle around with to really twist this to their advantage? Like, I understand that, like, there's a reason why you wouldn't necessarily want to present exactly what you want, because then maybe those lobbyists will not come to the table to discuss this at all and can just get it. So Parliament says, well, they're not coming to the table, so we can't come up with any compromises, so we're not going to discuss this, or come up with very not good compromises. I can understand that, and I do not think that this is a matter of, like, well, do something else, this will not work. I think this is a matter of this needed to be presented in a different way, and this needed to be worded in a different way to more clearly point out what we wanted. You know?
As well as, it's really a slippery slope how rare it is. Like, in law, as someone who's going to school for law, we talk about how slippery slope arguments are a thing that, like, immediately once you hit that slippery slope, basically the law, whether it's the courts, Parliament, etc., they don't want a part of it. Because you have to say, well, if X is Y, then W is Y, right? And then it just kind of snowballs. It's a slippery slope, and it's very much like, well, if we're going to do this, we have to figure out how to compromise for all of these, and if, like, in order to pass this, they have to find compromises for all these different things, it's not really going to go anywhere. And just from a law perspective, it would be much more effective if Ross were to say games that are primarily played with one player that connects to a live service server, but the main functionality can be played by oneself for those. Because when we just talk about live service games, that is such a broad spectrum, and some games are literally not going to be playable in one person, and that's going to be a lot more legwork. But if we start with, like, these specific types of games, start legislature for that, and then if that legislature passes, you can start pushing legislature for other types of licenses.
And, yeah, no, and that, again, maybe why Pirate Software Thor was focusing on that. Is because maybe he saw it from that logical perspective of this is what's going to have the best chance. Is that genuinely the case? Your guess is as good as mine. I would have to actually talk to Thor about it. And again, that's where it's, like, primarily speculative. But
just from the law perspective, this is basically telling Parliament, this is a problem. Fix it.
not that initiatives have been more clearly worded in the past, but generally when they are problems that need to be fixed, there's something more than just, here's problem fix. You know? Like, air quality is shitty. Fix it. Well, you can't, like, install a filter, but you can make it so people that are polluting the air just stop polluting the air.
Yeah.
But, admittedly, this is on a similar level in a way, in that game companies are turning off our games. Fix it. We'll make it so they have to permanently support your games forever. Nah.
That is very unreasonable.
Which Parliament probably wouldn't go for. But the other option, like, what other options are there then, as far as, like, that idea of, like, make it so games are playable?
Without specifying what kind of games.
Mm-hmm. How are they going to make them playable? Again, that's where, like, I make that distinctive argument. Anyway, the drama part has kind of been addressed. I haven't seen much more of it.
Okay. I will say what I think more effective has to let offer incentives for companies who have their games, like have a sunset plan.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because they love incentives. They love free money and tax write-offs. They love it a lot more than being forced to do so. Is every company going to do it? No, but then the companies that probably aren't going to do it might not have the framework anyway.
Right. I have lost control of my party. And we ran because of the chicken knife. I was hoping to avoid that because we do need money. And I threw everything that was a good weapon because I needed to kill those. I didn't need to because it turned out to be a fucking black robe and I can't even equip that. I think problematically I am going to have to get a air knife. So just throwing items. We're going to get something better than that here in a bit. Diamond shields, golden shields. I don't remember who can wear the thornlet. But either way, like I would want so I can keep my games. Like I don't stand against this because I think, oh yeah, companies should just be allowed to do whatever they want. That's not the case. I would love to be able to keep games that I've invested a lot of time into. The issue is that I haven't been presented a good solution that can approach this either by a step-by-step method, which is going to take a while, or that can approach this in such a way that I can agree with. Because even the idea of, like, making it so a company releases, like, the functionality and ability for people to make their own private servers, if that were to happen today, that is telling people to release the server binaries. Which, to me, those are basically just buzzwords. I'm not 100% certain what those are. I understand it as basically some software package that functionally allows you to run a server for a video game. That's what I understand it as. If that is incorrect, I will gladly educate myself on this matter. In fact, I probably should. The issue is that runs into IP law. And one of the things that the ECI is very explicit that it will not do is infringe on companies' copyrights or ownership over games, which would include server binaries. So, you see, I hope I make it maybe a little bit clearer from the perspective of someone that doesn't support this, why I am not supporting this. But I still encourage people to look into it themselves, because I support the spirit. I support the spirit of Stop Killing Games, because I can get my PS2, granted it's a piece of junk and it barely works anymore, get my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games, pop those suckers in, and then play a game. Had I owned Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, if I were to have uninstalled it from my PlayStation 4, and then stick the disc in now, I functionally have a dead game that can only play the first level. Granted, it's playable, I only have the first level. Because that is all that's on the disc. Because they shipped that shit out before it was finished. But, other than that, the baseline, unless Thor otherwise says it's fucking fine, stop calling him Jason. Like, really? That's where we're at as far as harassing a guy, trying to get a rise out of him, not even going to address him by his preferred name? Like, fuck you. This is the behavior that's okay in the movement. Really? People that dox people, send them death threats, swat them and everything, and also call them by a name that they don't even prefer because Thor, they think that Thor isn't even his actual fucking name, or whatever. I don't know why these people are doing it, I just know that they're doing it. Real cool movement y'all got there, guys. Really makes me reconsider my position. Ultimately, it does turn into that kind of us versus them sort of argument, which I would rather that it not turn into. I do focus on that element, however, because I don't want to be associated with a bunch of fucking assholes. That said, Thor is an asshole. He has an ego, don't get me wrong. And I like the guy, not for his ego, for the shit that he attempts, or at least stands by and represents. Anyway, for the folks that listen to the entirety of that, thank you. I understand that that's a lot to stomach, especially when it's just from the perspective of, like, well, there's fucking politics in here, but that's the thing. The entirety of the drama centered around politics and wanting certain things to move forward. It would get messy, and even, I'm sure I even proved it to some extent that I don't understand all of it as I should. I understand it from what I can, however. Which I feel is a fair bit, even more than Ross might give me credit for. Oh, another thing. As far as whatever Ross says, that he might be outspoken on the whole thing. One thing I do caution people of is, like, take his word for a grain of salt. The dude's name isn't even on the fucking European Citizens Initiative. It's 2 other lawyers. So, like, if he's in cahoots with them, already that feels like that's setting off, like, alarm bells for me. Because, again, he's a United Statesman. He's not allowed to do anything regarding European law. So if he's in cahoots with them, how in cahoots with them is he? Is it just they agree with his message and thus kind of were inspired by Stop Killing Games and wrote this? Or is he a little bit more in there? That's very conspiracy theory of me. It is something that I have considered as part of this as well. Which, one way or another, he can say whether he is a part of that in that way or not. I just know that it irks me the wrong way, and you're in this fucking situation again. Please let me run. 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 Let me run. Run. Let me run. 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 Let me run. Well, I'm gonna see if I can't get a scram to proc. And also, if folks are interested in kind of reading that article, it's mostly like a here's the news kind of thing, with an appropriately kind of grabby, sort of clickbaity headline as warning. Because that's how you're supposed to write headlines. No, seriously. but also, so it relates to, like, what the article is about. Like, by all means, like, send that shit, but... Ah! Oh, okay. But that's just... In any event... Not a lot of progress, because I am actually running into an issue where I'm low-leveled, and fuck Zephyrus! Thank you! Am I actually going to have to sit here and grind? I also forgot to fucking buy Phoenix Downs, which I need. I didn't think I'd be underpowered by this point, but... I am actually running into the issue that I don't have what I need. Ugh. Baking soda did... Bored. Thankfully we won. Shirahadori. Oh, that's that. Okay, okay, you got the thingamo-what's-it that just lets you dodge. As I'm gonna play here any second, but I do need Phoenix Downs. I do need more healing items. This is the roughest that this pyramid has ever been for me. Which I'm gonna be honest, is this something of a pleasant surprise? Ah, yes, good. They're paralyzed now. Awesome. Precisely what I wanted. And there are ads. Right on cue. Alright. Let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more... Final Fantasy V. You know, I'll also talk about, like... No. I'll see you guys in a bit, and to conclude on the drama shit, just... People are over here like, Thor clearly misrepresented the movement, da-da-da-da-da. Even if he did, we are where we're at now. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Gotta love, as I'm fucking talking about Pirate Software and the drama surrounding him regarding his take on the Stop Killing Games initiative. He also now has to reply to somebody because of somebody else reviewing and decompiling his code for one of the games that he's been working on. Which, that's fun. It's very fun. Like, in any event, that's not really anything I can talk on, because that's just shit I've also been seeing that I've also, like, curiously glanced at, and I'm like, I neither have a dog in that race, nor do I particularly care how Thor programs his code for his game. Like, it fucking works, and I enjoy it, and that is all that really matters to me. And that's what I have to say on that matter. Claw Mastered equipped lances, and that's Dragoon Mastered. Well, there you go. I guess that care's gone. Dragoon and dual-wield lances. Right. Gotta switch you to ninja. Well, looks like a very cute ninja. That. Power is doubled if spear is equipped. I'll do lance, because lance is a good one. Partisan. I will have to see about getting you another thing for now. And your knife. So if I do that, even if it's power mantle, power armlet. Shit. There you go. Twin lance does not count as a spear, if I recall correctly. Yeah, no, it wouldn't make sense if it did. This will help, because now I've got another character that can dish out some additional damage. How much it will help by, that is a good question. Not worried about the holy water situation. Still need so many more things. We're also finding that it's just underwhelming because they're only raw variants of spells. Keeping those as like a thing I can just eat. Huh, okay. As you were. Yes, we also would like to stay at the inn. It is still jump compatible? That's fucking wild. Huh. Huh. Well. Bullet. Ow. They just fucking left fork there. Just like, nope. That's so rude. Oh, those bullets, though, are bullies. I guess in more lighter news, that isn't me doing fucking, like, needless amounts of research on a topic on a content creator, because people are mad that content creator has an opinion whether or not he's, like, misrepresenting his opinion, or not even his opinion, the thing that he has an opinion on or not. Because at this point, the movement has just become, let's hate him to hate him, and I cannot stand behind that. Shit. I did not want to run into you. Okay, fuck off! I was not aware that that is a thing! Interceptor just... well, okay then. I guess I won't jump. Dick? Ah! The coffin turned into a hallway! Whoopee. Shit. And by... I mean, the big thing is I just need to get through here. We already got those. Nope! Please, for the love of God, get the fuck out of here. That is why I had Cryo jump! What are the odds that... Oh, thank Christ! Do we fucking stay in this fight? I don't think we stay in this fight. Oh, it's missing them because their levels have been divided. That is a weird way to shoot yourself in the foot now that I think about it. That's a weird kit. Well, now he can't hit us. Like, I'll still try to run, but he can't hit us with level 3 flare anymore. Okay. I still wanted to scram because I'm like, I'd rather not be in a battle for like half an hour, but... No, I am still worried if I encounter Sekhmet, because I clearly am not going to do well in that fight. Oops. I need to unequip that when I'm not trying to run from that particular enemy. Which I'm not going to be able to get anything better for at least a little while. Fuck me. We're gonna save scum it. Okay. Good adventures go left! Okay, here is something I do want to see, though. 413, 217, 224, 147. Which that could have to. Oh, actually, this test half. Yeah, that's probably half damage. Double. 392, 392, 308. Monsters! The damned. Still doing just about 1,000 damage a turn. Oh, fuck off, though. I haven't sorted my inventory. Gross. Gonna make her jump more. And you're dead. Ow. And now he's very dead. And Ferris missed out on that. Not that it's a big deal, mind. Because Lena's missing out on this too. More of the damned. Well, that's just fucking mean. Okay, it does not appear that jumping with the... Brain is not remembering. Twin Lance does not count as a spear. Like, they'll do it and it still procs that damage twice. So that's nice. 9,000 gil, 8,000. Good. Please let me go. Please let me go. Lovely, Bio Soldier. Like, I've got money, I can just end it now. It's like, yeah, you're right. I would rather fucking run. And this is gonna be why. Mana Squirrel, how is you? You missed me talking about drama on the internet and why people are evil and dumb and stupid. Probably for the best, to be perfectly honest. No, what? It's not drama involving me, it's drama involving a content creator. And again, people being dumb and stupid. I get to watch a month. Oh, I see. Alright. Even better. Now I see. Oh, whoops. Chicken knife strikes again. Shit, at plus 26, though. Getting better and better. This wasn't the correct path, was it? I don't think it was. Also, Godfair is such a cool dragoon. Hey, Fjord's level 34. There we go. Monsters! Stibbity stabbity. Ah, if only I had Rune Knight. Ah, well. Alright, it's a race. Do we kill this thing before Cryo lands with her jump? Nope. God, no. Honestly, it's pretty fucking terrifying. Huh, this could be fun. Pretty goddamn terrifying that, like, a ninja can just jump like that. Just jumps like a dragoon, no big deal. Can't wait for Mana VOD tomorrow. I mean, I'll... Oh, right. Fair enough. I was gonna say, I'll see about uploading it, like, once I'm done with stream, but... I know I'm not the most reliable about that. Some of these enemy encounters aren't too bad. 10,000 gil and a cottage. The issue becomes when they're like... the Zephyrus encounter, and that's like... well, now that shit's just not fun. She just summons like a souped up variant of an enemy you fought before. Keep casting Dark Spark all you want. We're off guard. You do not have what is necessary to cast it, so get boned. I don't really know if this was the correct way to go, if I go up those stairs. And then the next area we go down. Which I imagine is still up, actually. Gold hairpin. Could you imagine the floor could disappear underneath you mid-battle? Like, the battle ends because you're all fall down to the, like, previous floor. I would be so pissed. Trial Mastered Mirage. Or, Image. Tech Ring. And Rebalm. Yeah, because this is like one of the better... automatically cast regen on the wearer. Like one of the better accessories because of that regen. Oh yeah, no, this is the way forward. How did I manage to get that mixed up? Oh, whoops. Ah! Ow! No! No, no, no! You get the fuck out of here! That drama-filled day. Nothing involving me, but hopefully full-blown karma coming to someone who deserves it. Fair. Well, my... Oh, cool. You denied Ferris gaining any EXP there. Well done, I guess. While my day was not, like, drama-filled, I did not have a good day at work, necessarily. Didn't help that it was kind of fueled by a wee bit of Dark Souls rage, because I was working on getting more achievement stuff for Dark Souls 1. Because I want to get all the achievements for it, mostly just to say, like, look, I got good, now fuck off. It's not that anyone would necessarily question that, I'm just saying. But also, like... No, but Horse Girls. Musume is really good. Horse Girls exist now. Also fair. Well, they've always existed, just now they're in the United States, specifically. It is such a good game, too. Like, genuinely. Ow. You had to blind me. Still trying to work on Rice Shower's career when I can. I also get mad at the RNG for not giving me sparks that I want, but such is life. Can you miss a jump? I'm gonna find out. Oh, they're up there. You hide potion yourself. So far, I've gotten Sakura Bakushino and Haru Urara to victory through their career modes. Forgot how easy he could be. But my brother in the tower will... look. Very well. So those two I managed to take to victory. Rice Shower's just been a pain in the ass, because for starters, her career has pretty steep requirements, actually. I have notes. I have notes about how much range on average, or like minimums that I've seen get certain, like, this is like the double circle for this stat kind of stuff. Like, I feel like a fucking, like, conspiracy theorist following Rice Shower's career, because I'm trying so hard to get her to win. Every time I get stopped at race 6, and I'm like, let me win! God, I'm burning an elixir for that. The damned are hard because they just are assholes. But I've played just about every, actually, because I have Megiddo McQueen now, another 3-star. I haven't played her career yet, but before I got her, I had played everyone's career. And I've gotten a number of them pretty far. Just nobody passed the URA finals. With a more recent person having gotten 2 but not past the finals. Oh, these are fucking easy. With a more recent addition to someone that has made it 2 but not past the finals, being El Condor Pasa, who I have at 3 stars. And she made a really good run at it, too. Didn't have to re-roll a single one of her races until we got to the URA finale. And then I think I had to use all 3 re-rolls on her semi-final? And then, like, it was just the one check and she didn't win her final. Which is disappointing, because that would have been another trophy, because I may or may not be kind of trophy hunting. But I've been enjoying the hell out of Musume. It's just Monster Rancher. But it's Monster Rancher with horse racing, and now I get why people are so fucking into derby racing. The crystal armor. Yeah, it's just like a better defense. Horse girls! Right? Also, all the horse girls are very, very cute. Some of them I look at and I'm like, you were designed in a particular way. Others I'm like, goddamn. And note to some that I'm like, you were designed in a particular way, like, I think Super Creek. Like, her personality is very ara ara, and it's like, I get that this game is kind of, sort of, not really, but kind of, sort of, actually a game that was made for the ladies to play, but also, like, how the fuck do you explain Super Creek? Because, like, she is 1,010% not like a typical character you would see, like, girls falling for. She is uber motherly. She is all about that ara ara. She is a character that I would expect in a fucking shonen. Okay, half my level. I'm level 22, or I'm level 17 now. Hey, hey. Still can't hit me with level 3 flare. I think that's... Oh, that's level 9. I'm pretty sure. Now you can hit me. Well, that's not fun. And now I'm level 5. Holy shit, I just realized I've been playing this for two hours plus. I'll probably play for a little bit longer, because I would rather not leave this in the middle of this place, but hey. You can't hit me anymore because the one person who you were able to hit, you lowered their level to such a point that you no longer can. And doing this just cuts my level to 17, which you can't hit anyway. I managed to win. But also, for all that effort, that's all you fucking get from that fight. This is why Zephyra should go die in a hole. Whoever designed her, like, I wish a very merry stub your toe. Ow. Oh. There we go, switch it back to directional mode since my fiance is not presently commentating on some of the drama that I was talking about. Well done, Ford. Because it was about the stop killing game stuff. More so the drama that's been surrounding it. I don't think it bears repeating. It will be in the VOD. Just suffice to say, people need to be kinder to other people. Also, you really make your movement look bad when you are, you know, part of your movement and you're just being an asshole to somebody else. Like, fuck you. But anyway. I feel like that's all the necessary, like, context-esque stuff I need to say about that. Like, the content of what need be stated, as it were. Without like, spoiling the VOD. Thank Christ. Like, I'm ready to keep doing that fight over and over again, but I fucking would rather not. That was the chicken knife. Attack plus 27! It's getting there. We've escaped from battle 54 times. Another Lamia Queen! I do appreciate that jumping just lets me get to the back row and do full damage to it, though. Oh, cool. Kryl, please land. Ow. Once I'm done with stream, I will probably play more Umo Musume. I'm probably going to set Dark Souls down for the night, because admittedly, I just have grinding to do for my current, like, progress of 100%ing. Which, to say, like, I'm not terribly far. I just got the Lord Vessel. But one thing that has made the, like, playthrough a little bit more frustrating is, like, I made the Chaos Blade, and I wasn't immensely familiar with the Chaos Blade, but I need to make all the, like, special weapons anyway, including the Chaos Blade. So I've learned that when you hit an enemy with the Chaos Blade, you lose a little bit of health yourself. Which is not a problem. I'm gonna be real. You don't lose enough health for it to be a problem. It would only be a problem if, like, it caused you to lose a substantial amount of health, but you lose, like, maybe 50 or so HP every hit. For a very powerful weapon that not only scales on your dexterity and some of your strength, but also your, like, your humanity in its liquid form. Like, I already need to grind up humanity to get one of the pyromancy spells. Like, you don't need to twist my arm any further, game. But yeah, I need to make, like, all the boss soul weapons. Save DLC stuff. I don't need to make those. But yeah, I'm not gonna be too surprised or pleasant. This isn't gonna be terribly pleasant, but I know it's going to be very, very doable. Either or. Ads are gonna play here any second now. So let's take a break. Get up, stretch, do what you gotta do in order to stay as healthy as you can be. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back for a tiny bit more Final Fantasy V. We might make it through the pyramid, we'll see, but otherwise I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so earlier if you heard a lot of beeping, like Final Fantasy V is trying to do actions beeping. It's because I dropped the controller, sorry. Alright, resume. And one of the things I remembered about the pacing of this place is that there isn't a boss at the end, which is motivating me a little bit more to like actually get to the end of it, because our boss is going to be when we get Lena back. Or rather, as part of getting Lena back. That's fucking awkward. Hey, ow! Could you, like, not? Shit fucking hurts. But yeah, I've been having a good time with Uma Musume. This is one of those times where I'm gonna be fucking real. Even if you don't like gacha games, this is one that you should try. Like, of course, know your limits, understand your limits and stuff, and if you don't want to, like, spend money on the gacha, that's perfectly fine. I don't think you need to. I absolutely think, especially if you love, like, Monster Rancher, fucking give it a whirl. You horse girls? Yes, horse girls. If you like Monster Rancher, you will fucking love Uma Musume. It's a good time. I have half considered streaming it, to be perfectly honest. But I'm also like, well, I've got this right now. Gestures to this fucking fight again. Thank you. I was gonna say, I don't remember where it's safe to stand, so I'm going to stand here because I know it's safe. Okay, we have every chest, so we're basically at the end. I would run, but I feel like I don't need to. But yeah, no, I have found that the meta of, like, focus primarily speed, also get your ass a good amount of power. Like, that's a good application for, like, a sort of easy-ish way to get through the story, but it's also, like, not perfect. It's not gonna work very well for, like, characters that have long races. It's going to work very well for characters that have sprints and mediums. But I hope to, like, become somebody that's just, you know, plays it for fun, has pretty good characters and teams just because he plays it for fun, and is more than happy and willing to do his research on the game as he does so. Got the first tablet! Although this seems like a really weird thing to put in this pyramid, but hey, I am not the one who made it. Also love how you can apparently see the Dragon Continent from here. Or, I'm sorry, the Dragon Peninsula. Like, I know, theoretically, human sight doesn't necessarily have, like, a hard set or hard known vision distance. But, like, that's gotta be over the horizon, right? Like, we're only 8 floors up. Nope. I don't even have magic to properly deal with the bullets. Alright, and then let's use that cottage we got. Lena. But Lena's been possessed. Well, it's a good thing we have the pages that we need in order to, like, actually unseal stuff. Melusine. Uh-oh. Okay, so she can be hurt. The issue seems to be that our attacks are just too weak. And that doesn't hurt her. God damn, okay. Okay. Just had to wait for a barrier change. Now we can't hurt her. Well, that's mean. That was also pretty mean. Okay, so we just have to wait for her to become vulnerable by swapping the barrier. Gonna take a lot of healing items. Damn it. Also fucking ow? Not worried so much about Fjord. He's got regen, but like, Christ. He's just waiting for another barrier change. Yeah, no, I'm, like, getting only a little sick of this fight. There we go. Jesus. I threw way too much money at her. We got Lena back. We can't have two samurais. I am stuck with the berserker. But hilariously, I now have a really tanky berserker that's really good at dodging hits. We have Ninja Dragoon, Samurai, good. Yeah, I had a feeling you had the better equipment. That just checks out. Get the airship. I always hate this section, because Lena always ends up being at least a couple levels, like, lower than everyone else. Get sleepy! Oh, well, Quake! That's why the Gaia Hammer's gonna be funny. Ooh, you get healed off of air. Whack! Get the airship. No! Well, there goes Shiva. There goes Ramu. I got Ifrit, though. And Titan. All the towns are being sucked into the void. Not all of them. There goes the Moogle Forest. There goes Fjord's hometown. Anybody else getting dizzy yet? Zoom! Ford Angie. God. And now the game opens up to me. First place I need to visit. Welb. Yeah, those horse girls are going international. They've been international as of like 2 weeks ago. If I go here... There's a better place to go. I'm gonna go to the Hidden Village. I am, as one might classify, as horsing around. My favorite, like, jokey meme that's come out of this so far is the whole, man, I'm so hungry I could eat a...
Finish that sentence.
Right, you can buy elixirs here for 50k. While that is handy, a little rich for my blood. That requires a lot of grinding on my part. Out on regular potions. Meanwhile, I just want to be drop-kicked by gold ship. Well, okay then. In-game I have been. Only because I win races with her. Not always, but a lot of the time. Okay. You can buy crystal shields, crystal helms, a black cowl, crystal armor, black garb, which I would go so far as to say that this is better on the characters that I can control, because it makes them faster. Even though the crystal armor is like really fucking good, it's only +3 defense for 5 more weight. Black cowl for you, crystal helm for all ya. And for right now, only for the 1 crystal shield. Yeah, -2 strength for +1 agility and +6 defense and +2 magic defense. I would say is worth it. Then the black cowl, which you lose the strength, but you gain the agility, and you gain defense, and you lose the weight. Crystal helm, and black garb. Osafune, diamond helms. Keep the gauntlets, sell the leather armor, sell the ninja suit. Either of those, so sell them. Wrong as it may feel. Can't use these, nor are they useful. That feels so wrong. That is also not very useful. Golden helms are not useful. The wizard's hat's not useful. The green berets have lost their use. Can't use the ribbons, but they're not worth selling. The thornlet could be useful. The mage masher at this point would just be for throwing. And it's not particularly good at throwing. I'm keeping the chicken, or the dancing dagger, for whatever possible utility it might have. Prevents paralysis, sleep, stop, and slow. Full angel ring. Neither of those. Coral ring and the flame ring are useful. We do want at least a coral ring. Honestly, I think ideally we want 4. Because that would be our answer for Shinryu's Tsunami, and could be a good answer for Omega. Though Omega is a piece of shit and would be quite the fight. Let's look into weapons. I don't care about magic. Weapon. Check the front of the shop, and then we'll check the back. Can't use... I should buy another one of those for dual wielding, because it would be funny. Time to buy a second one of those. Kikichimonji. Like, I can't equip 2 of these yet, but when I can... That item is the Mirage Cloak. Still love that. That's so sneaky. And that's easy to do. Oh, no. To get into the back of the weapons shop, I just have to go down here. That is a free rest. Oh, and here's that piano. Who am I talking to as far as that's concerned? Anybody that may not have seen that. Ah! We can also buy Moonring Blades, but they're so weak. Double Twin Lances. And then we can buy Shurikens here. Importantly, we can buy Fuma Shurikens, which are going to be huge, but they are, like, 25k. Oh, boy. Double the Twin Lances, double the fun! So that is a ninja that is attacking 4 times. There's a Dragoon attacking twice. We would like a Samurai that can attack twice. And then that can be a Berserker who can attack twice. And occasionally just proc double Earthquakes. I think that is hysterical. And that's not even looking at the mystical weapons, which... You can grab one for Ninja, one for Samurai, and one for Dragoon. If I do the Wind Shrine, that will then be one more, which will be for the Berserker. May as well grab the Black Chocobo. I am not going to... Actually, there's no reason to not do the Phoenix Tower. But at the same time, there's also no reason to do the Phoenix Tower. Then you can get a new Windrake there. That will be Odin and also one of the better BP grind spots, or ABP grind spots in the game. There is Boko, our yellow Chocobo. Right, the other place I wanted to run to real quick was the Ancient Castle. Our map. Yep, there it is. Shield Dragon. I knocked silly. Ugh. Here we go, please. Ow. 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 Are you maybe going to let me run, or what? Thank God for that. there's Quake. Doesn't trigger a counter, because that counter only works on actual physical effects. There we go. I am not even going to save when I get to the weapon, because that seems like an awful idea. Masamune, break that seal. We want the Berserker weapon, like, last, because, like... Berserker, because of the lack of like, any tactics that I can do with them, is not going to do very much for me. Oh, nope. That is a rod, that is a rod, that is a whip. That's our Dragoon weapon. That's the Holy Lance, which... Not every enemy is weak to holy, which is probably a good reason why to have a second partisan. Assassin's Dagger. I know Sasuke's Katana. He's actually usable by ninja. I don't know about the Assassin's Dagger. Plus 1 agility, plus a lot of attack. Plus a lot of attack. Katana is also for Sam. Not that one. Not Sasuke's katana. Thought it was. Nope. Like, I was confused by that because I'm like, these are all pretty well established and assigned classes. Like, Knight, Thief, well, Thief or maybe Ninja, Ninja, Dragoon, Berserker, Samurai, Archer, Beastmaster for whatever fucking reason, White Mage, Black Mage, Bard, Geomancer for whatever fucking reason. Alright, we are not saving because this could be bad. Gotta love how the red one never gets a chance to shine. Again, shield dragon. Let me flee, please. Thank you. Oh, good. Well, that's fun. I'm not surprised he's immune to earth magic. He is a ghost. Can you not with that? Like, how rude. Good lord. Hey, so he's weak to holy. Damn, not hitting any of those, huh? I don't think I've defeated X-Death's soul before. I figured I would, because I don't think he's in my bestiary. Water, please. Glug, 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 glug. Out of here. Alright. That's a fantastic place to leave it for the moment. We are not ready for the void. Like, that pyramid has shown me just about exactly where we are, and where we are is not ready for, like, anything in the void. Like, if we got to the final boss some fucking how, we would be screwed. There's no doubt in my mind. So, Oganaimana, I'm gonna hopefully get kicked. May you have many a victory while training Gold Ship. God, that horse in real life is wild. The secondary issue is you aren't ready for anything to get ready for the void. You could do it with more money. Yeah, no, I could do it with more money. But I need to grind. Like, I have gotten to this point, and I am now realizing, like, I got to this point, and this point was fine to get to, but I am under-leveled. So, I just need to grind. Which, ugh. Yeah, throw coin is a hell of a thing. Yeah, no, tell me about it. It's super OP. So, yeah, no, if I do decide to stream this on Friday, it's very much going to be a grinding stream. Anyway, snooze the ad play, because stream is ending. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the stream and putting up with me talking about news and such on the internet as I have been discovering it. Your time is one of your most valuable resources, regardless, and... excuse me. I appreciate you guys spending even a minute of it here, because it gives me folks to yap at, talk to, and talk about Horse Game. And also the Fjord Fiesta is a cool charity event stuff thing. I'm a bobber that I like to play, and, like, if you got spare money to throw, even if it's like $1, you can throw it in their direction. They do good stuff. What charity is it supporting again? I didn't have the website up because I don't need it at this point. They are supporting, their campaign is for... Cool. Yes, absolutely. This year it's for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Yeah, no, because that shit in Palestine is fucked to hell. You know, if you got $1 at least to throw at that, by all means, I am broke as hell, so I gotta prioritize myself. So, what if I could? One year when I do this, I'm gonna set up a challenge, and it's gonna be tied to elixirs. Because the elixirs are so fucking handy, and there are so fucking many in this game. But not this year. I thought about it, then I remembered I was broke, so I thought better of it. But, yeah, no. Other than a plug, because I haven't done that even once thus far. Who shall we raid? Yes, the cat has been fed. Do not listen to her lies. She did. She's lying. We love our cat. She just lies. I don't know who I want to raid. I never do. So I always just pick somebody that I think is cool. What? Sorry, one of the VTubers I'm following, Nimune, aka Numi, is doing a thigh signing. I'm sorry? Do I want to know? I don't know if I want to know. This is always the hard part. Because there's some cool people that I want to fucking raid. Because they're just cool people. And then there's some cool people that I want to raid because I actually, like, watch their shit. So I know what I'm going to throw you guys into. This is always the hardest fucking part. And ads? Go away! It's the end of the stream. You're not allowed to play. It's always hard. Well, I'll raid Full Pixie. Because if anything, I'm down to support kind of bigger than me, yet still kind of smaller streamers. God, I'm sure I'm, like, not raiding somebody that I absolutely could raid. And I do apologize. She's been streaming for 9 hours. She'll probably end soon. Still gonna do it. Y'all, thank you very much again. Please remember, you're always welcome here at Mana's Potion. And I'll see you next time.
What's up, Phil?
Why Phil? I guess you know what you did, Phil.